Late this afternoon, Credit Corp claimed it tried to contact the Kavanaghs more than 30 times in relation to their debt and that all its activities comply with the law. Now, the danger in every home, putting children's lives at risk. Common objects, including food and household goods, can all have fatal consequences. Paul Macon reports.
It was 100% avoidable.
It's quite frightening. I do feel unsafe.
Young children do need constant care and supervision.
Kids will be kids.
Safety is the #1 issue.
But that doesn't stop death knocking on your door and claiming someone precious.
We know that there are 8 to 12 children, at least, per year in Australia who are dying as a result of corded window products.
And John Williamson should know. His 3-year-old granddaughter, Misha, became tangled in a looped blind cord and choked in her family home at Wickham. John directly blames the death on the manufacturers.
They need to get their act together and start becoming responsible citizens as they claim to be.
We'll come back to that deadly hazard in a moment. But not all chokings come from cords.
Most commonly, it's food, choking on food.
Helen Noblet from KidSafe says when it comes to food, there are the usual suspects.
There are some foods that are more commonly involved in a choking incident than others. Hard fruits and vegetables, things like carrot sticks and chunks and lumps of apple and sausagey products with coarse skins on them. Whole grapes are a big hazard and there have been fatalities with children choking on whole grapes.
And apart from food?
Things like coins, small parts from toys, batteries from handheld computer games, those sorts of things.
What's the sense of having 2 separate tassels if they're going to knock there like that? That's now become the news for a child.
Despite existing rules about warnings and the use of cord cleats, John Williamson, who lives at Karratha, is now spearheading an education campaign across Australia.
She died needlessly, other kids don't need to. And if we can stop that from happening, then maybe her death wasn't all in vain. I think of the good memories, and I think of one big cuddle that she gave me not long before she died. But I just look into a lot of times it makes me angry because it's just so totally unnecessary.
A safety device meant to stop a blind cord from hanging loose was not installed on the wall properly. The installer used double-sided tape instead of screws, and it tore away from the wall. Venetian and slimline blinds also come under attack by the grieving grandfather.
Venetian blinds, or slimline blinds, they've got hidden cords on the inside. The manufacturers now, on a lot of occasions, use wands so that you can open and close them. But it still doesn't get rid of the cord that runs right up, or the 2 cords that run right up the inside.
We do have older blinds in the house and potentially they do cause me concern.
Julie Signoriello and her family are now aware of that problem and will rectify it.
But, in older houses, there are those issues.
They have installed newer blinds in the kids' bedrooms, but the beaded cord broke, leaving the so-called safety device useless.
Blinds that I purchased myself. I purchased 4 sets. Every one of them says the same thing, that they're child safe. Every one of them are in breach of the Trade Practices Act.
We checked on a host of different brands and most carry warnings, be it all the way from China.
Some of them, they can't even spell the word warning.
And blinds bought from hardware shops and department stores have do-it-yourself status, which means indirectly manufacturers are placing young lives in the hands of amateur installers.
Not all safety requirements are met with the do-it-yourself products. If the product's installed correctly and safety clips and tensioning clips are missed, well, this is when the cord can hang low and problems can occur.
Matt Sims from Burns for Blinds says window furnishings need to be professionally installed for safety's sake.
From our point of view, this is virtually impossible to create any danger to anyone, as there's no cord play, there's no cord excess, and everything's met with the safety requirements.
Meanwhile, John believes blinds that are operated with wands should be standard for any kids' areas, and cords should be outlawed.
Should not be used in schools, they should not be used in daycare centres, they should not be used at any place at all where children frequent. Do everything you possibly can do to get these well out of the reach of children. They will kill.
Paul Macon with
Big Pond Homes.